Kenslin lost his daughter. The afterlife became his obsession.
You probably want to hear all about our haunted history.
But after years of searching, he no longer believes.
So you're saying there's no such thing as ghosts?
I'm saying I've never seen one. Nothing would make me happier than to experience a paranormal event.
JD and I just saw a screening of 1408, the hot new thriller with John Cusack, Samuel Jackson, and Tony Shalhoub for about 5 seconds. This is one of those old school thrillers where, you know, somebody's trapped in a room and some crazy stuff's happening, and it's really old-fashioned in that respect, and I liked it a lot like I liked the Nicole Kidman movie The Others. Very old-fashioned, and the suspense was kind of ratcheted up as it went along, and then it pulled an M. Night Shyamalan and just completely fell apart at the end.
Ouch.
Gerald Olin, manager of the Dolphin.
If I can just get the key to 1408.
In the 95 years of the hotel's existence, there have been 56 deaths in 14.
The thing that kills me is that this movie starts out the way that great Stephen, like the short stories are oftentimes the best stuff. I think, you know, like the Body was the basis for the Stand By Me, and some of his short story work has really turned into some of the best movies.
Because his novels, he spends like 30
yeah,
pages describing a room.
Yeah, he puts a lot of extra stuff in you don't necessarily need. But this could have been really, really fantastic. And the first act of this really, like you said, it built up some nice tension, and it was like a very classic kind of, you know, ghost spooky story. You know, it really worked for me the first act. I was digging it.
And Cusack plays kind of a jerk. I mean, he's really a jerk at the beginning of this movie. He's this author who goes around and does top 10 haunted house books, and he's obviously better than that, and he's really bitter about it. I can relate. But, you know...
This is it.
So I, for one, always root for John Cusack. Like, I love that guy, and I want to see him succeed. And this is definitely one of those movies where you're like, awesome, John Cusack, and a really good Stephen King suspense thriller kind of thing. But it tanked out and kind of ended like a sci-fi movie, like The Langoliers or whatever. Like, it's not one of those where it actually works, and it bummed me out. This is like first act, really, really good. I was totally sucked in. Second act could have worked if the third act played out. Third act totally lost me. And I think coming up with a really good premise is the hardest thing in movie making, I guess. I'm a fan. I don't do it myself. But I'm guessing the hardest thing, beyond coming up with a great premise to build on, is wrapping it up with an ending. And this one just does not have the big
Well, the great
finish.
premise is already there, because we've got him in the room and Samuel Jackson telling him for 20 minutes, don't go into the room. No, I'm serious. I'm going to bribe you with liquor. I'm going to tell you all this crazy shit about the room. Don't go into the room. He gives him a huge profile, right, of all these murders that happen in the room, and then they don't go into any of it. At the end, which I'm not going to reveal, there's some sort of redemption, right? And it's this self-righteous thing that we get, and then we don't understand exactly why Samuel Jackson's checking it all out, but he is too.
Right.
And then we get this Pat Hollywood fake ending that's supposed to give us closure, and it feels like it should have ended about 10 minutes earlier, and I couldn't be more disappointed in the ending. So 1408, tons of missed opportunities, 3/4 of the way through, complete shit, very disappointed, minor rock fist down.
Yeah, honestly, I think you actually could retitle the film "Missed Opportunity" because it really is such a bummer.
With Frank Whaley and
is that a movie?
Career Opportunities, John Hughes.
Huh.
Yeah. Talk about stopping the review cold. Thank you.
I really was hoping that what we were seeing at the end of this film was like the flipping through the Rolodex of endings, and that if they came out of that with sort of like a tongue-in-cheek, just brilliant move, this really could have been good. It's one of the, it's not like Unbreakable exactly in the sense where it's like they drug me all the way to the end and then the last 10 minutes just ruined it. It's not quite that good.
It was never that good.
It was never that good to begin with, but it really, if it had ended strongly, it would have brought it up a lot. So unfortunately, this is a rock fist down for me, but it's a disappointing rock fist down because honestly, it could have been really good. So bummer.
When John Cusack looks up at the thing that's hanging from the ceiling, run out of the theater at that point, and that's a great movie. As soon as you see him close up, looking at the thing hanging from the ceiling, run out, sprint out of the...
It's a at the end of the movie, it just, like, the...
What a dick.
Totally.
What a dick.
Well, no, Cusack is always in the and then he leaves and the happens and he's always it's fucked up and yeah.
There you go.